dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Tatyana, and I am a current president of our wonderful Toastbusters Club, and we are a part of worldwide organizations, Toastmasters, and I am very happy to see all of you here at this wonderful evening in downtown Moscow for our meeting number 262. And tonight we have an unusual meeting again, as we always do. As you can see, we have another person on the stage, and I'm very pleased to introduce you with the current president of Moscow Free Speakers Club, which means we're having a blend meeting tonight with the Moscow Free Speakers. Please welcome Yuri Maximov.
Welcome, everybody. I'm acting president of Moscow Free Speakers. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a summer season, and I think we both of our clubs benefit by meeting in one place. We'll have a larger audience, so hopefully it'll be more fun for everyone. I would just like to say one thing about pathways. Some people in our club are afraid of this word. What is Pathways? It's an educational program that is currently available at Toastmasters. It's online, and what are the benefits? Before, we used to have a different program, Competent Communication. I brought with me, later you can see, older curriculum where it's not as tailored to individual needs. An online program is made specifically for you to target what skills you want to improve on. So hopefully, if there is any questions, if you are new, please see me at the break time. I will explain more, as the system can be not very user friendly, unfortunately, and we only support at the beginning to fill in this small thing, maybe an official thing, but it is necessary to be part of this club, to be a member of this club, and to improve yourself, to improve your skills within this framework of Toastmasters. Thank you.
Yuri meant to be a member of our club, not just kidding. Thank you, Yuri. Please welcome our Toastmasters of tonight, Ekaterina Dymova.
Hi guys, do you know what does it mean, or what actually prevented us from starting something new? Do you know? Anybody? No, what is the organ? Okay, I'm sorry? Almost there. So actually the amygdala is to blame. This is a part of our brain that actually controls the so-called fight or flight, or somebody can add freeze, right, response. And it actually prevents us from thinking rationally, because it blocks the front part of our brain. So it's easy. I mean, just a little bit theory. So the front part of our brain, where, as you know, the decision-making, process located. So, and this part, amygdala, it's very conservative, and it also doesn't like any changes. However, and one more also, this is it helped our ancestors to survive actually in the past, because of there were a lot of wild predators. But now we don't have any predators at all, but maybe only human beings, some of them wild, very wild. However, it's still there. That is why it's really difficult to start not something new because, again, it's like a danger. But when we trying to move towards our desirable changes in small steps, like as on TikTok, right? We can fool the amygdala and get directly to the front part of the brain where decision-making process, as I mentioned already, takes place. And unfortunately, I didn't know it until my late 30s. And I galloped through my life like, like a young, unbridled mare, uh, really, and dashingly jumps or obstacles. Actually, uh, didn't understand that I can avoid all obstacles, right? Easily, simply avoided this amygdala by using this step-by-step approach. And the more I immersed in this particular subject and the more I practice, I realized that when I move again forward step by step, I can make and I can get big results. And this is on the one hand, it could be controversial and paradoxical, but this is true because again, because of this amygdala, right? And we can avoid it and we should avoid it. And it is interesting that the art of the step was first described by French author, French writer. I'm going to try my French. I don't speak French. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, yeah? Right? So probably you know him, right? Because it's the famous writer, especially for The Little Prince. Somebody probably read it, right? It's very interesting. When I read, I was particularly touched by this prayer, tender prayer. And I'm going to read just a fragment from this prayer because it's very, very powerful. Quote, Lord, I am not praying for miracles and visions. I am only asking for strength for the days. Teach me the art of small steps. Make me clever and resourceful so that I can find important discoveries and experiences among the diversity of them. Very powerful, right? But guys, we are lucky. Today we have our own expert who is going to give us a speech with very equally profound, I guess, thought. And this is Daria Grigorieva. Please welcome her with the thought of the day.
Hello. There art of small steps. Life is always interesting when I have meaning and goals. We're interested in the path to these goals, and but this path can be difficult when I have when I have the wrong attitude to situation. I lost energy, and I have read description of the book the art small the art of small steps, and I agree with after Mitchell won. There are a few things that we need keep in mind when along the way. The first, it's hope, is belief that things will get better. The second, patience. From time to time, in life there are problems, and when this happens, we are ready to believe in our fiasco. But this not true. It's a choice, our choice, and I can always to continue to work on myself. And forgiveness. If don't just people, if don't trust people, without forgiveness, without forgiveness, I will never to be able to get off negative influence of this past, of the past. Courage. We often understanding. Sorry. We often underestimate our strengths. However, we just need to not be afraid to try something new. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Daria. It's very interesting, and I'm going to process this a little bit. And people say the quieter you go, the further you will get. Do you agree? The quiet depends. Okay, I agree actually, absolutely. Why? This is because I noticed several years ago that when I'm in a hurry, time goes faster too. This is kind of paradox, but it's true. If you don't believe, let's try next time. When you are late, try to just pause and continue. And I guarantee that maybe the result will be the same. You will be late, maybe. But second case, second option, you are not going to be with stress. You will be without stress, absolutely. And as you know, it's very important, right? However, it's much better don't be late at all. And our next expert, Yulia Chernyavskaya, will help us keep time under control. Yeah, nice to meet you, Yulia.
Hi, dear Toastmasters and the guests. My name is Julia. I represent the Halder Topse Toastmasters Club, and today I'm first time here. And today I'm responsible for monitoring the time limits for every meeting part and every speech. And I will help you to keep your time limits with set devices, the colorful cards. I will signal you with this card for formal speech. We have between 5 and 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show you the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, you will see the red card. For evaluation, we have between 2 and 3 minutes, and the same at 2 minutes. You will see the green card. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you will see the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, you will see the red card. And for table topics, we have no more than 2 minutes, yes. And at 1 minute, you will see the same, the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, you will see the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, you will see the red card. I wish you the great meetings and the great evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Since I started practicing step-by-step approach, small steps approach, I began a huge fan of it. For example, when I don't want to do morning exercises, for example, right? It's a better way to apply this approach. What I'm doing usually, I convince myself to do at least one or two exercises from the whole set of exercises, from the whole complex. And I even don't notice when I reach the end of my practice. It really, really works. Just do it. It's not ads of Nike, you know. However, sometimes we should wait quite long for results. For example, I have been practicing public speaking quite not long, but kind of for 2 months, something. However, I still have some filler words like, you know, etc. And unnecessary pauses also. I have a lot of it, and I know it. I do feel it, unfortunately. And today, I am especially pleased to announce our next expert, accountant, Polina Chelnokova. Please come here.
Hello, good evening, dear Toastmasters. Very happy to see you all today. Today I'm representing the role of accountant. Now I'm going to tell you about my responsibilities. Sometimes when we are not comfortable on the stage and we suddenly forget some information we want to say, we start to use some inappropriate words, inappropriate sounds like and well, you know, so, and other unnecessary word repetitions. So all of these sounds make our speech not as beautiful and our language not as clear and clean as we want. So I will help you to avoid this problem. Today I'm going to count how many times you will use these inappropriate sounds, and at the end of our meeting, I will summarize that information and give you feedback. So, step by step, we together are going to do our speeches, our language better and better. Wish you all good luck and clear speeches today. Thank you.
I keep saying that the small steps philosophy is the best way to improve what you want. And in terms of grammar, for example, this is the best way to do it. As for me, I realized that reading every single day just 10 pages, not 100 or something, because 100 again, it can wake up the amygdala and, danger, and we just give up immediately. That is why I try and highly recommend to do the same to you. So reading books, 10 pages a day, and for example, writing some notes, it's also very useful, can improve your grammar incredibly. So today brings us to our next expert, Alex Popov, right? Alex Popov, please welcome him.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters. My name is Alexander. I represent the Moscow Free Speakers Club. First time here today. Happy to see you all. Today I will be the grammarian, so I'll make sure that you use English correctly. Specifically, I'll note any mispronunciations and also make sure that you use words and phrases correctly, that you don't use any poor constructions, sorry. And there is no misuse of words and articles. Besides that, I'll also note the good use of grammar. I don't know what is the word of the day today, but I'll count how many times you use it within your speeches today. Yes. So good luck. Thank you very much for your attention.
The other days, I was watching a movie, Hidden Figures. Does anybody? Hidden Figures with Kevin Costner, the main character. No? If you don't, please, I highly recommend again to watch it. It's very interesting, especially if related small step, big results approach. And I'm particularly pleased. The main character, as I mentioned, Kevin Costner, says the following phrase, quote, very powerful. What I'm asking everyone in that room is to look beyond the numbers, to look around them, through them. Look for answers to questions we don't even know to ask. And so, guys, our quiz master today, Daniil Zakharov, he's going to ask us questions, the answer to which we will know if we will listen carefully. Please welcome Daniil Zakharov.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. My role today is to be listening carefully to what everyone is saying. And I haven't got a crystal ball, but I have a glass bowl full of chocolate candies. So for all of you who will be able to answer the questions correctly, you will get a chocolate candy from, and I'm not commissioned to promote that brand, but that is one of the signature brands of a traditional Moscow-based confectionery maker that you will see and you will be rewarded with that. Madam Toastmaster of the day.
And here we are. Next part of our meeting is prepared speeches. And our first speaker, Daniil Zakharov, he's online today, right? Oh, sorry.
Daniil Pyzhlakov.
Sorry, yeah, Pyzhlakov. Sorry for that. Zakharov. All right, and the name of this project, Easy Way to Greater Life. I think it's kind of a little bit correlate to our topic of the day. So project writing a speech with purpose, and the purpose of this project is to learn or review basic method for writing a speech and to present a well-organized speech on this topic, any topic, but the topic again, easy way to greater life. The stage is yours.
Yeah. So hello everybody. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Yes or no?
Yes, I
Very
hear
well.
you
We can hear you
online.
perfectly.
Okay, perfectly. So hi to people in the auditorium. So fortunately I see only part of you, but I hope you are there. So Myles, my personal hi to you because you are my personal evaluator today. By the way, you look fantastic today. And I want to start with the first of all some words to Kate. Actually, it seems to me that we are similar in many aspects because you covered certain parts of my kind of speech today. That's good. I'm particular fan of this concept, small steps, big results, because I'm a bit, to be honest, a bit lazy for the big steps, and I'm a bit lazy even for the kind of medium steps. So I prefer to do kind of small steps, and that's why I like this concept and try to introduce it into my life, or kind of sometimes kind of struggle. But if you're like me, if you're a bit kind of lazy person, so you might be thinking, no matter big steps, small steps, or kind of tiny steps, you need to do them anyway. Yeah, so you need to kind of force yourself, and that's hard. Yeah, but what if I tell you that there is a way to the greater life without much pain? So all you need to do is just to put some tiny efforts in the beginning, and it will pay you back right away. It will pay you for the long period of time, maybe even lifelong. Sounds like magic, I know, but it's not actually just how it works. And putting the cards on the table, I'm talking about the habits. Yeah, so the kid already mentioned some of them. As we say, actually, sorry, I'm a bit ill. As we say, the habits make it man, and the personal example is the best motivator. So let me show on my personal example how I kind of use the habits to improve my life. I developed 3 types of habits, so I constantly introduce them to my life. So currently I have 3 good habits, not mentioning bad ones like drinking over the weekends, watching TV a lot. So just 3 good group of habits. The first is related to sport. So I introduced this group of habits about like 8 years ago. So, and the purpose was not to run a marathon, climb the Everest, or have a nice body or whatever. Unfortunately, I lost this kind of dream some time ago. So the purpose was just to be healthy. So it means that spend less day on sick leave, run for the bus if needed, so take the stairs if elevator is broken without heart attack. So really kind of simple task. And for that, I decided to introduce a really kind of simple first step, which is the morning exercises for just 20 minutes. So that not much. You might say that the kind of 20 minutes will have no effect. But over the 8 years, besides the kind of targets I put for myself, I achieved some positive by-side effect. Like, for example, I lost excessive weight. I was 14 kilos heavier. And the tests which I took at the gym actually showed that my stamina is like the pro athlete. So it's kind of nice bonuses. So you can see actually that you kind of started with a really small effect, and in the result, your health not only at the level as it was. Actually, it's better. So it's kind of big result. The second group of habits is related to the articulation. Unfortunately, I have a very terrible articulation, so I really kind of hope you understand me now. And inspired by the result of the first group of habits, I decided to tackle my articulation with the habits as well. So I introduced two other habits. The first is again very simple. So I sing whatever I do, some basic routine, like wash the dishes, clean the house, driving the car. Yeah, I see. Yeah, driving the car. So whatever you are alone, nobody can hear. So because you don't want the police or scandal, so you can sing. And the second is to read loud at least a couple of times per week, maybe for the 10 minutes. So breathe slowly, pronouncing every sound, kind of training yourself. Again, easy, but it's as with exercises, it helps your throat muscles to warm and train actually, and it makes your voice a bit louder, stronger, and more stable. And also I studied just 1 year, so please don't ask me to sing. I won't, but at least I can. I'm not afraid now to sing the karaoke with the friends. It's a kind of huge result for me, believe me. And the third group, and the last is the is what I can kind of I call it dream big. It's related to ecology. So I started with a small thing here as well. So it's the some basic thing like sort the rubbish. So I hope you all do that. Yeah, it's the for example, do not buy the coffee in the plastic cap or water in the bottles. So use the reusable bottles, or if you have the books, just to give it away to other people, or clothes for the recycling. So of course you cannot notice the results. Yeah. So but as I said, it's a dream big. So I hope you will see that, and I just started them. Put all together, it might seem that I'm kind of very busy person, yeah, doing that, and tracking all my kind of moves. But in fact, it does not require a lot of time. And the brilliant thing about the habit is that you actually form it in the beginning, and after that, the habit actually drives you to move further. For example, I started with just 20 minutes of exercises, but gradually over the time, I moved to 1 hour and introducing some other sport activities, because 20 minutes was already kind of unnoticeable to me. And when I said kind of easy way, so why easy? Is that even the first step you can do less painful to you, because I started with 20 minutes just because the 20 minutes was not noticeable to me. So if you're comfortable with just 1 minute, you can start even with 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever. So the catch here is to do it regularly, and do the things you like. For example, singing. I like singing, so I just use this kind of what I like to improve what I need. And you can see that, put in the small efforts, forming the habit, and getting this kind of small result, which are growing, and finally you get the better life, which is a great result. And I see the red card, so it means that I'm over the time. Thanks.
Thank you, Daniil. It was very inspirational. I love good habits, and I usually construct and build some good habits too. As I mentioned, morning exercises, and I not so strong like you. You are really strong. I didn't know it. Yeah, and I agree. Sport is a good way to discipline. Yeah, to disciplines you. Sorry, and right. Yeah, better habit. It's a greater way. Yeah, it's a way to greater life. It's wonderful. Thank you so much, Daniil, again. And our next speaker going to present very interesting project. In my opinion, the name of this project is Why EQ Matters More Than IQ. Project is the same actually with the purpose of this project, the same with Daniil. The purpose to learn or review basic method for writing a speech and to present a well-organized speech on this topic. Please meet Elena Ustinova.
Hello, my dear Toastmasters. I'm happy to see you here. My topic is why EQ matters more than IQ. So I think that all of you have such a all of you have a former classmate who was not very excellent in marks at school, was not honor student, but somehow managed to become very successful in his or her life. And for me, it's very strange because my mom used to tell me that I have to study hard, yes, to be very smart girl, and after that I'll become very successful. But it turned out that it's not true. That there are or there is something else which helps people to become successful. So IQ and the library of knowledge does not don't guarantee this success because there is something much more important, and this is emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. So do you know what emotional intelligence is? What does it mean? Do you know? Who can explain? Yeah, okay. So emotional intelligence is a capacity just to feel and understand your emotions of others, and the capacity to manage the emotions of yours and the emotions of others. And also the fifth skill is a self-motivation skill. And some experts consider that emotional intelligence is a inborn characteristic and it can't be somehow improved, changed. But I'm not sure. I don't agree with this opinion because I'm an IQ coach and I'm an author of trainings for teenagers, and I witness the growth of these competencies after trainings, and I'm sure that EQ can be improved. So I suggest you just to examine a little bit of the main elements of emotional intelligence. Thank you for smiling. It just helps me to relax more. Okay, so the first element of EQ is a ability just to feel and understand your emotions. And it's a very important skill because emotions contain information about our needs and desires, and also the energy just to fulfill and satisfy our desires. And if you don't understand the emotions, so you don't understand your needs, and this negative emotion, negative energy from negative emotions, which are not transformed, can ruin somehow your working condition and also cause some things such as psychosomatic diseases and so on. If you understand and feel your emotions, so you can learn how to manage them. And it's also a very important skill because when you control, when you somehow transform your negative emotions into neutral or positive, then you can so you can communicate efficiently. You can be stable and calm in different situations, in so emotional situations. And of course, people prefer to communicate with individuals with emotionally stable individuals. Yeah, those who can control themselves, the emotions, with those um, who demonstrate calmness and positiveness. And when some highly charged emotional events happen, emotional intelligence helps to uh, helps to stop a little bit and postpone the reaction, and it allows you to be rational. So the third the third skill of emotional intelligence is the capacity to feel the emotions of others and sympathize. And it's also important as when you understand the emotions of your opponent, you can predict his reactions, predict his behavior. You also can mm, um, organize your communication negotiation, so avoiding any conflict. And also, once more, I want to say that when you feel the emotions of people around, you evoke the feeling in your opponent, that feeling of confidence, because you understand him, and so he feels that you are the same, yes, and so you can just um, create self-confident atmosphere in your relations negotiations. And the most important skill of a Q is a skill to manage the emotions of others. And it's really a very important skill. It's a skill of leaders, and all the leaders have it. Employers or bosses, they know how to manage, how to control the emotions of their employees, and how to make them gain their own goals. And I think that you understand that if someone can control, can manage your emotions, so he can manage you. And that's why the strong emotional intelligence skills help to manage, control not only yourself, but be a real leader, real board, and control and manage other people around. So I see that it's a red card, and in conclusion, I want to say that just developing yourself, developing your intellect. Don't forget about emotional intelligence, because it's also very important for your success. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You prepared very well. Yeah, thank you so much again. It was very, very interesting. As for me, I don't have my actually EQ very low. I know it. I can't control it absolutely. I am always shy or something like that. When I new audience, it's quite interesting for me. I mean, even though I knew everybody almost, but I still kind of afraid you them. But anyway, the more we practice, the better we became, right? And I'm going again step by step to practice my skills, and I hope you also will practice step by step, because again, small steps, big results. Unfortunately, we don't have our third speaker today, and I think we should take a break, right, to process all information we have, if we forgot, we have received. So guys, 5 or 10 minutes, yeah, we will take a break. Let's take a break. Thank you, everybody.
Now, one of the things that I taught him yesterday in yesterday's lesson is that when he comes to a yield sign, you must gear down to the lowest gear so that you are under control and you're not rushing to make your turn onto a street. And I think this is very applicable to anybody riding a motorcycle, probably, well, equally as important because, well, in many respects, if you get hit on a motorcycle by cross traffic, it's going to be no doubt probably a lot more serious injury than somebody who's in a car and pulls out in front of somebody out of control and too fast. So I would say that when you're learning to ride a motorcycle, you must always keep your speed under control and be in the correct gear. So I wish you all the best. Drive and ride safely. Madam Toastmaster, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Myles. I'm actually learning to drive a car with manual transmission myself nowadays, and yeah, it can be tricky. So changing your gear all the time, but it's also very rewarding. And my piece of advice would be just do it, just practice it, and with time you learn. There's no other way to learn. Yeah, so you have some experience and you can build upon that. Yeah, thank you again, Myles. And is there anyone who wants to learn a new skill? Right?
I'd love to know how to boost these EQ skills that Alina mentioned in her fascinating presentation. So if you know, please share.
Thank you. And yeah, we have an expert, but probably anyone else wants to share. Daniil. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Dear Veronica, imagine IQ. What is IQ all about? IQ is the knowledge about the world around. The world that is vast, broad, and borderless. That is external knowledge. Now think of EQ, that is emotion. And think of your beautiful self. And think of not expanding your horizons, but looking deeply into yourself, into your soul, into your heart, into your own ego. Listen to what you are telling yourself and try to hear it. Concentrate on it. Digest it. If it may appear at times revolting, try to accept it. Tell a part of your beautiful self to accept another part of your beautiful self in your entirety, in your wholesomeness. This is how I think you can attempt and succeed in boosting your EQ.
Thank you, Daniil. What a wonderful answer. I'm I'm wondering if there are still skills that need to be learned. Irina?
I really would like to learn how to play the guitar well. Is there anybody who can help me? Let's start with the guitar and finish with the violin.
So are there experts, Toastmasters, who attended musical school probably or learned? Okay, do you want to share some steps?
Try, yes, it was many years ago when I attended musical school, and if you are just eager to learn, I think that there will be no problems, because when person is inspired by something, he is eager to train day by every day. Yeah, and as our Toastmaster of the day told already, so you should try playing day by day, step by step. And for this, I think you should find a good tutor, your tutor, a teacher who is also inspired in his in teaching playing guitar. So if you will have this connection between us, everything I think will be cool, and you'll be a great player, and you'll play us.
Thank you. I actually have another question as a table topics master. I'm entitled to questions. I have issue with eating healthily because I never have, time for cooking and all that stuff. It's difficult, and I come to a Toastmasters meeting, and there are sweets for snacks, and maybe someone will share with me some steps on how I can improve my eating habits. Please, I don't know, Artur, maybe? Yeah, just come and share like your general knowledge.
Hello, everyone. Well, I suppose that cooking is really easy, so it's better to get rid of fast food or something other not healthy things. And for example, I get rid of delivery services and fast food many years ago, and I just started cooking, and I found it really easy, despite the fact I don't have much time for it. So I just buy something like fish or meat, I don't know, and I just put it in the stove, and then after 40 minutes, I just came and that's it. Sometimes I can eat it, so uh, so I just think that you should start from some simple recipes and to find something that you can cook for 20 or 30 minutes, and maybe it will help to start it like a new habit. So yeah, maybe you should start with it. That's all.
Thank you. It's really helpful, and I just got a great amount of food containers, and I'm the queen of containers. It helps. So I think we are done with tables topic session. We've had 5 wonderful presenters. They are Yuri, Myles, Daniil, Elena, and Arthur. So in the agenda, in the paper agenda, there's a QR code there's a voting for the best table topic speaker. So please vote. And meanwhile, I'm passing the stage to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was fascinating. Yeah, thank you. Now I know how to play the guitar. Now I know how to improve my EQ. Thank you, Daniil. There are a lot of interesting and very useful skills I can improve. Yeah, and I can get. And again, I would like kind of sum up maybe our conversation, our meeting today. And I would like to ask you if you have something that you wanted to start, but because of some things or maybe something distracted you, and maybe it was very intimidating and you just give up. So now you know what to do. You should pick up, you should choose some smallest, teeny tiny thing or action and start doing it step by step every single day regularly, because again, the key here, small step, but also it should be regular. And I guess again, I would like to sum up: small steps, big results. Please think about it, and everything will be fine. And now I'm going to pass the reign of power, our next speaker, General Evaluator Tatyana Gladysheva. Please.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Toastmasters. Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, we are moving forward to our evaluation part of the meeting, and I would like to invite to our online stage the first evaluator of our first speaker, Daniil Pyzhlakov, and the evaluator is Myles Flaig. Myles, the stage is yours, please.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator Tatyana, and especially thank you to Daniil for his speech, Easy Way to Greater Life. The purpose of his speech is to present a well-organized presentation on any topic, and I will agree that he did that today. Prior to the meeting, he communicated with me via WhatsApp that he wanted me to particularly look at his articulation, pauses, and smile. So he started off doing a sound check. And I think that's an important thing to do because we're never entirely sure if we're coming through very clearly. So do the sound check, Daniil, as you did. Excellent. Now, then the next thing is you're going to launch into your presentation. And what I would like you to think about is you need to start off with a flash pot, like a bang on stage. Now, it doesn't have to be really outlandish, but even just stating Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, easy way to greater life. In a way that just launching in with that statement is sort of starting off with a flash pot, some fireworks. Now, you did really well in structuring this speech. And essentially, I saw you saying, if here's the greater life, and you stated it, for example, the greater life is better health. And then you went in to talk about a habit, and you said, for you, the habit was taking the stairs. Now, I think you said some other things too, but I'm not always the best listener. So sometimes I miss things, but I do understand that you are now using the stairs and walking more. And what I would say then is when you go into a story, such as how you lost 14 kilograms, that's the opportunity to really expand on a bit more of a personal anecdote. That's a little story about your losing 14 kilograms and how you did it. Then the next greater life moment you were suggesting for people to consider is articulation, or in other words, learning another language. And you talked about a routine on how to improve your articulation through singing. And I think that's a great idea. As you said, it helps your voice strength and your facial muscles. And again, a little bit more of a little anecdote, you know, and but I would encourage you to keep on singing. This was a very important lesson for us, fits very well with the theme of small steps to big projects. And you're exemplary. You were calm, clear, and steady in voice. Thank you. I'm going to start singing to learn another language. Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Myles. I think that was a thorough evaluation, and I don't have much to add, except for one little thing. Daniil, let me ask you a quick question. Did you have a candy while you were speaking? Candy? No?
Sorry, can you repeat?
While you were speaking, I had an impression that you have something in your mouth, like candy or chewing.
Yeah. It's kind of like strepsils because I'm sick, you know.
Okay. Next time, try to do it before or after your speech, because it's
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for that. Okay, and now I would like to invite here the second evaluator of second speaker, Elena Ustinova, the speaker, and evaluator is Alina Tsigankova. Please welcome Alina.
Thank you very much. Good evening, dear friends, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. So, and especially Elena. Why EQ matters more than IQ? Interesting topic. And you've started from example, from your childhood. You share something with us, and we start to be closer to you because we understand this easy example. We all, most of all, as we say, feelings from our childhood. And then you ask the question to the audience. Good start, because we can understand. We don't know maybe what the difference is between EQ and IQ, and you ask us, and then we start to share and explain what the difference is. And you said you're a EQ coach, and then we understood why you choose this topic. And it was good idea too, because we can understand something from your day-by-day life. So from your work, from your interests, and you share it with us. You explain everything and what you can improve for the next speeches. Your speech was very informative as a lesson. It was interesting. It was many interesting explanation and examples, and you structured your speech, but you're an expert, and we didn't see energy, vibe. We didn't feel why we should continue to listen to you, and like that, don't stop, continue, say something more, please more. So yes, it was interesting, but like usual lesson. So maybe next time you put more energy in your speech, and you can inspire all of us, and we start to learn more about EQ. By the way, it was good project. Congratulations.
Thank you, Alina. And now I would like to call my team members for the reports, or should we start with the evaluation meeting as a whole? What would you like first? Okay, let's do let's do brief evaluation of the meeting as a whole. First, Ekaterina, that was Toastmaster. That was your first role as a Toastmaster, right? This is a very, very good example of being a Toastmaster for the first time. You demonstrate thorough preparation. You look great, which emphasizes that what you do here is important for you. You are preparing for your role. You have chosen very sophisticated and intelligent topic, demonstrated step-by-step preparations and explanations for everyone. But I see you have a lot of potential as a speaker, and let me give you a little bit drawback and a piece of advice. At certain points, especially at the beginning, I had a feeling that you have a lot to say, but the words you choose are too complicated and the sentences a bit too complex, which made your speech, your presentation a bit heavy to listen to. So next time, try to have a little bit more emotion and use simpler, easier words so everyone remember and get absorb your enthusiastic. Next, thought of the day, Daria. Very good presentation, very philosophical speech, and directly related to the topic. I think you are ready for the real project. Come and choose one. Sign up for the full project. Timer, Yulia, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for taking the role. Very nice presentation. Looking forward to your honest report, timing report. Polina, great job as presenting your role and looking forward to your report as well towards the end of the meeting. Alex, you're next. Nice presentation. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the role. You should have chosen the word of the day, though. That would be okay. Okay, then noted. And next time we are looking forward to hear the word of the day as well. And Quizmaster Daniil, thank you very much for very good, very brilliant presentation of your own. And looking forward to your report. I will call you for that. Olga, wait for that. And I would like to call Polina for your report first. Let's start with Polina.
Hey, thank you, Tatyana. I just want to highlight some of you who didn't use appropriate sounds at all. So we have winners today. They are Daniil, yeah, as a quizmaster and as a speaker. Your speeches, both of your speeches, they were, as usual, very well structured and clear, clean. It was really nice to listen to your performance. Tatyana's speech as a president and as a evaluator, as a general evaluator, both speeches were clear. Myles, yeah, your speech was great too. You didn't use any inappropriate sounds, and that's really good. And I have to highlight some of you who unfortunately used a number of unnecessary sounds. Our timer, Julia, you used a sound more than 10 times. I think that you have to work on it. Then our speaker number one, Daniil, you've used such sounds as more than 10 times, several times, and approximately 5 times. Then, Elena, in your speech and in your table topic speech, I've noticed that you'd used a lot of sounds like yeah, more than 10 times, a little bit of and also and, like for 5 times. Our table topic master Olga, I've noticed that you've used such sound as r 4 or 5 times, so 4 or 3 times, and Yuri, when you were doing your table topic speech, you've used a sound for 6 times and for 3 times and at the end of your speech. To make your speeches better, I want to recommend you to make a pause or to do a step at the stage when you suddenly forget what to say next, in order not to damage your beautiful presentation, your beautiful performance with inappropriate sounds. Thank you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, Polina. Okay, Alex, you're next. Ready for report.
Thank you. All right, so there were quite a bit of mispronunciations today. I will not name the offenders. I'll just say the correct way to say these words. Psychosomatic, proponent, attitude, author, underestimate, strength, recipe, competence, informative, tackle, complex. Besides that, there were several phrases or sentences that were grammatically incorrect. Specifically, I would like to introduce you with, I think the idiom should be introduced someone, not with. I will never be able, when I'm in hurry, there should be indefinite article a, when I'm in a hurry. And there was a phrase, more we do, better we became. More we do, better we become. That's it. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Alex. And for next report, I'm calling our timer, Yulia Chernyavskaya. Yulia, you ready?
Thank you very much. I would like to represent you my report of time limits, and I can say that our meeting has passed successfully in the time limits, and almost all participants were punctual, but someone, the speakers of prepared speech and the first evaluator, a little bit exceeded the time, but we knew a lot of interesting things about emotional intelligence and about habits, and I think it will be the main steps in our future big results. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Yulia. And now we are ready for fun. Let's have a report, the question and answer sessions with our Quizmaster. Uh-huh. Something serious is going to be here. Wow.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Yes, actually, a Jew is much better, thank you. When I told you about a bowl with chocolates, you probably thought I was kidding. Those are one of the better Muscovite chocolates with genuine chocolate, Madagascar vanilla, and finely ground nuts. And that is called Belочка, a squirrel. So if you answer the questions correctly, you'll get one of those. Now we start. According to the Toastmaster of the day, which anatomical part prevents us from starting new things? Thank you. And that particular anatomical part, you probably know it much better than I do. Who did the front part, that front part of our brain, help? No, who did it help? To protect us from the predators, but ancestors. Well, I guess. Until what time did our Toastmaster of the day not know that that particular front part of our brain is preventing us from starting new things? Until what time of your life? Fantastic. And which French writer did she mention in her opening remarks? Brilliant. According to Ekaterina, the Toastmaster of the day, according to her observations, what happens to the time when she's in a hurry? Help yourself, please. According to Daria, why the path of small steps can be difficult? Why the path of small steps can be difficult? Yes, and why is that happening? Think of your emotional intelligence. Think of magazine publications. What can be wrong? What can one have wrong in their state of mind, in their emotional state? The same number of syllables, 3 syllables, starts with the letter A. When a person has around something that prevents them from doing things. Daniil Pyzhlakov, in his speech, mentioned 3 types of habits introduced. Can you mention the first one? The first habit, yes. Exercise, correct. The second habit, articulation, brilliant. The third habit, There was a character in the Sex and the City, a male character, but he suggested doing something in the way similar to that character. Yes, well, doing what big? Dreaming big. Dream big. According to our second speaker, Elena Ustinova, what doesn't guarantee the success? Yes, knowledge is one of the words. Yeah, the knowledge, half of the answer, the full answer. The library of knowledge. The library of knowledge doesn't guarantee the success, according to Elena. What is a big skill in the context of emotional intelligence, according to Elena? It's not attitude, but it's similar. A big skill, it starts, yes, who's emotion? Yeah, self. So what is a big skill that starts with self? That is self. If things are really dark and what do you need to do to get yourself out of bed and start moving? If no one else is around is doing that to you, what do you do to yourself? Self-motivation, thank you. Which imaginary situation the table topics master Olga has invited to offer the first speaker to offer a piece of advice on? Correct. What did Elena want to learn as a suggestion from the audience? Motorcycle riding a motorcycle. Well, we still have plenty of topics, so one thing. What was a piece of advice from Myles in responding to Elena's question? Both answers are correct. To slow down, to control the gear, low gear, slow speed. What does Arthur put into stove? 2 items. Fish and meat. And how long does he keep it there? 40 minutes. Brilliant. I think it's Elena and which communication channel did Daniil
Point of order, I can't hear anything. And could the other person online please mute? I can hear you now. Can the other person please mute their microphone on other online person? Cannot hear you. Maybe the battery's gone.
You have to press the button all the time.
Okay.
I'm not that much strong. Okay.
And could the other person please mute who is online, because their microphone is open and I'm getting a lot of noises from them.
Can you hear me? Myles, yes?
Yes, I can hear you now. You come and
Okay.
go. So hopefully it'll stay on. Thank you.
So I was just going to say that Olga just demonstrated a great idea. If you guys don't have time to prepare question and answer session, you can just make the audience do that all the time. Ask one person, have one person to ask questions and another person to answer it. Great job, Olga. Thank you very much. We all had fun. And I think now it's time to wrap up the meeting and talk about our general things. So let's see who is the winner for the table topic session. Polina, do we have the winner? Okay. And the winner is, any ideas? Any guesses? No. You know, we don't have a chance to give a ribbon to Myles. That is why. No, not because of that. Because we voted, and the best table topic speaker is Daniil. Please come up to the stage. Here who recently had a birthday, and I would like to invite here Elena Ustinova to receive her birthday card. Over there. Because Yuri has a present for you as it's for winner of the table topic session. It's old school Toastmaster magazine. Probably you member of the Toastmaster community yet, while we were using these magazines as manuals. Exactly. Thank you, Yuri. See how nice we are. See how good to have guests from other clubs. You have more presence. And I guess the last announce is the photo we should take together. Thank you for everyone for coming, and sign up for the roles for the next meetings in 2 weeks.